off of 4, coming to the white flag.
She's really pushing those entries right here, Dave. There she goes. She's going to take a shot at them.
Trouble in front of him, and now she's going to get into the back end of Rouse. Hailie Deegan to the lead. Can she maintain it through 3 and 4? Here comes Rouse back. No. Score 1 for the ladies. Hailie Deegan wins in Meridian.
What an unbelievable finish, Dave. I mean, she saw her shot and she took it. She was pushing those entries. Cole Rouse left the door open, getting in turns 1, and she took advantage of it. I'm sure Cole Rouse is probably not too happy to come home in second place, but huge win for Hailie Deegan in that 19 team.
Let's hear from Hailie Deegan.
I am so happy. This has to be the happiest day of my life right here, dude. I was last night in bed, staying in bed, if it's coming down to the last lap and I'm in second, what am I going to do to make that win happen? And I did exactly what I thought about doing. It worked out perfect. My crew did an amazing job this race. Thanks to Bill McAnally for putting me in the car this year. My Toyota Camry was on rails all day, and all weekend it showed. And we just had one hell of a good weekend. Oh my God, we fell back a little bit because we kept starting on the inside, but once we got up in that high groove, no one could touch us. And we were railing around people. I knew exactly what I needed to pass in turn 1, and I kept making it happen lap after lap. Not taking people out, just using up a little bit, getting them a little loose, they come back down. It was perfect, and we did it! We did it! We won! Wow!
Okay, there's always another part to the trivia question. Here's what Cole Rouse had to say.
Well, we got the lead. We were running 1-2 with Hailie. I don't know where Derek was, but he was probably right behind her. So yeah, we go in turn 1 over there, and the guy spins out, and then she doesn't lift and then drives right into me. But like I said, it's cool to see her win. We're just going to come back to the next 2 and not going to give any slack. I'm going for both of those. And if someone's in front of me, I'm probably going to hit him the same way because I'm tired of being wrecked like this.
Yeah, I know, tough break for Cole Rouse. I know he feels like he was wrong there, but I think if he goes back and watches the film, he'll understand it's just a racing deal. She saw her shot, she took it, and he still had a good run tonight with that Napa Filters team in the 99.
How was your night?
I think this might be my rock bottom. Might eligibly be in the books for the worst night of racing of my life. After the K&N race, I was like, man, this sucks. It sucks, genuinely sucks. And car, it started cutting out. I don't know, there just wasn't getting power. We don't know what was wrong with it. And my gauges went off, and it just started cutting out on 4th gear in the top end. And it would stop, almost like it was it had a chip in it. But it didn't have a chip that low in it. But it just honestly, then they ended up just shutting off everything and wouldn't start up. So that didn't work out. And then, so I was like, we got hope. There's a late model race, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fast, starting on the pole there. And ended up, I was running in the top 4. There's some wrecks and stuff. And then I was running on the inside of this guy, and we were coming up to the wall, and he just grazed off the wall a little bit, and it hit my nose, and just barely, we were just hard racing. It honestly, it was, both of us were racing hard, and it just nosed off him, and the car sent down to the infield, and it so happens to be at the one track where there's a wall on the infield, and ended up smoking the wall pretty hard. Definitely didn't knock the wind out of me, but I've never taken a hit in a car before, and man, you feel it. There was a lot of force going backwards into that wall. It's crazy how you can just go though from the highest of highs, being on top of the board, starting on the pole, to hit halfway and then going back out, and then totaling a next car. Seriously. Came to the track so hopeful, so much confidence. Not even cocky, just maybe a little, but just I had a lot of confidence in today. I had a lot of confidence in my car, and it just didn't work out.
So it was a rough night, but did you learn anything from this experience?
I learned that people in K&N are a lot more respectful driving. They give you an inch, you take an inch, give an inch. It's a lot more respectful driving. They give you room. Come to these short tracks, these old guys, they race you like they're racing straight Jimmy Johnson out there for a cup ride. And they ain't. They're racing Hailie Deegan. It's not. And now we have to wait for these guys to cross the track.
White flag is out. And Jager gets chopped off by this car. He doesn't have room to go.
This is it.
And look at Hailie Deegan
making the
into
move underneath.
3 coming out of turn 2. That is crazy. 3, this is down to the last turn once again.
All right, a chrome horn there, but Hailie Deegan is going to win the race.
3rd race tonight with the last lap pass.
And you can see the strip off in the distance, and I'm sure this party's going to head down there. Not for Jagger Jones, though. Oh, the devastation of knowing you are 1 lap away from victory.
Yeah, really tough break for Jagger Jones, but I know one girl that's going to be really excited, and that's Hailie Deegan in the 19.
I see her dad down there in the black beanie. Let's hear from Heather. Here comes Hailie.
And they don't call her the Dirt Princess for nothing. Hailie Deegan gets her 2nd career win here at the dirt track in Las Vegas. Getting some congratulations there from her dad, Brian. Hailie, today you worked really hard for this one. It didn't come easy to you. You had some adversity to overcome in practice and things like that. Talk about how you were able to capture your 2nd win.
I think everyone counted us out after those heat races, and we weren't done yet. I knew we had a lot of work to do, a lot of stuff to learn, and I wasn't going down 2nd again. I was done getting 2nd. I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this win.
You did have to track down the leader there. How were you able to do that?
Oh, man, I was nervous. I was like, I really hope there's a caution. I don't know if I'm able to catch him. I was like, there's so much going on. There's so many lappers. And I just knew. I was like, for some reason, back in the back of my mind, like 20 laps ago, I was like, watch this come down to the last lap again. I was like, I'm just going to go for it.
So close for Jagger Jones. Pulls off the 2nd place, but you led that race. At one point, you had a straightaway of a lead in your debut. Talk about what happened there with the lap car.
Yeah, so it was just an unfortunate deal. I haven't talked to the lap car, but I guess he just must have not known I was inside. I was inside of him, and he just kept coming down. And but when I hit him, it just pushed me towards the tire barriers, and I had to try to avoid them, and it slid me up the track and just gave Hailie a clean lane right on the inside groove, which is the fast lane. So she just got around me there with the lap car cutting me off. So it was just unfortunate, but it just is what it is sometimes.
Big wreck in turn number 3 here during the Sioux Chief Power Picks 200, and it involves Hailie Deegan and Joe Graff Jr. Graff finished 3rd here last year. Hailie Deegan making her debut in the ARCA Menard Series for Venturini Motorsports. Wow, a hard hit into the styrofoam. Let's take a look at what happened. Graff there with Deegan, and Tanner Gray involved as well there. Definitely close-quartered racing going into turn number 3. What did you see?
Chain reaction from behind. It looked like Tanner Gray might have drove into the corner a bit too hot. Got into Hailie Deegan, who was also trying to get low and off of the 77 of Joe Graff in front of her. So Graff drifted up, may have messed the entry up for the 55 of Deegan, and Tanner Gray on a run down the backstretch got into Hailie, who then sent Joe Graff and her 55 machine to the wall.
Well, unfortunately, Hailie Deegan falls out early. Not the way you wanted your first ARCA race to go. Did you feel anything from behind besides the hit?
No, we were fine. We were doing good. Kept getting held up by a 77. It just, everyone warned me that he was kind of a douche driver. We were on his door and just chopped us down. He kept chopping us down. I was at his door multiple times and he just kept going and going down. So kind of saw that one coming, but I had to start moving here sooner or later because he was holding me up. So happens.
Tough break for Hailie Deegan. She's a little frustrated, and unfortunately, her ARCA debut is done for the day. I'm down here on pit road with Joe Graff, who was involved earlier in the race with Hailie Deegan, and after that incident that happened out there, she was not too happy. But let's hear your side of the story.
Well, I don't think it was her. My spotter said the 54 just wrecked all 3 of us. I don't really know what happened. I was in front of it all, and I got turned, but my spotter said the 54 just wrecked all 3 of us, so I don't know.
That's a little tough situation down here for Joe Graff, and you'll have those situations when you drive a race car.
The drivers are in turn 4. Watching for the green flag, and here we go on the restart. Hailie Deegan left the inside, and the 16 jumped into it. Reminds you of what happened in the dirt a little bit earlier this year. Your new leader at the light flag, the 16 Darren Krause. And look, here comes Hailie Deegan, and they spin! We have a spin at the front of the pack. Now the two teammates spin. We have teammates spinning, we have the leader spinning, and a checkered flag. And unofficially, the 19 Hailie Deegan took it back, and took it back hard.
Hailie, you told me earlier today you were pumped for those last 25 laps. You said, if I'm in the top 3, I can win. You sure did, but we have to go back to those final laps. You need to tell me what happened.
Screw those last 25 laps. I needed just a green. We were killer under greens, long runs. I knew they were going to start taking swings on those restarts, and even my dad on the radio was like, you got the 16 behind you, you'll be fine, just worry about the 9 or the 6, whoever it was. And all of a sudden he came flying in. I was expecting him to be a little cleaner, and he wasn't, so I had to swing back. In the end, we're here for wins, not here to finish second or third.
That Derek Kraus wanted there. You were leading laps at the end. You have to walk us through what happened from your point of view with the 19.
I mean, it was just a racing deal. It's like, just like Chase Elliott said that time in Martinsville, if your mama tells you not to say something bad about someone, don't say anything at all, and that's kind of the situation here. I mean, had a broken sway bar and just kind of fighting it through the night, and I saw a hole, so I took the hole like any other race car driver should. And
Derek Kraus is the restart leader. He fires off first.
Hailie Deegan trying to hold tight on that right rear quarter panel, but she's going to try to jump back right in front of the 6, and she gets spun.
Jagger Jones into the back of Hailie Deegan. Just a slight tap, and she goes around. No caution. Green stays out, and Hailie's going to have to get it turned around.
Man, what a tough break for Hailie Deegan in the 19 car, fighting for second place. And really, Dave, she was just trying to guard the bottom right there, and it looked like the 6 just quite couldn't get checked up fast enough to let her in line.
Clear track ahead for Jagger Jones on the final lap. FOMO, no mo. No fear of missing out for Jagger Jones from victory lane anymore. He will win at the All-American Speedway.
Jagger, you got it done. You've been wanting this one for a while. You told me you were going to do whatever it takes, and you sure did.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just so blessed to be here. I mean, that was an awesome race. I mean, I don't know exactly how many laps we led, but we pretty much dominated there the second half, and I just can't thank these guys enough. Bob Brancotti, he gave me such a great program to drive this year, and we've been so close so many times, and I think that just makes us feel even more special.
Now we saw Hailie come over and talk to you. What did she say?
I don't even know. I got hit from behind, and she left the door open, so it's just racing. I mean, I had no reason to take her out, so.
Hailie Deegan bringing it home second tonight. Hailie, you're obviously upset. We saw you go and have some words with Jagger. What did you say to him there?
I mean, stuff comes and goes. I get it. First 10 laps, first 10, 20 laps, that's when you tend to give people a little bit of room. I get it when it comes down to end racing. Anyone will do anything for win. I'm cool with that. Stuff happens to me. I do stuff to other people. So in the end, it comes and goes. Can't be mad. I guess just move on to the next race. He had a good car. I burned mine up trying to come through the field, trying to kind of make up for what I lost. So tire just got too hot, didn't have that drive off that he did. So I think we just got to recoup from this race. It's a good points day. Somehow Derek, even on bad days, makes it good. So it wasn't too great a points day, but better than it could have been.
Big impact. Chuck Hires is in the wall.
They were single file on the inside of the racetrack. Tremendous amount of damage to Chuck Hires' car.
The home builder out of Florida here was running 5th at the time.
Window net's down. Him, and that's a good sign there, Dave.
Window net down means the driver is okay, does not need immediate attention. Although I guarantee he's still feeling the effects. That was a quick right-hand turn and a very hard impact with the wall.
Possibly some bump drafting there, maybe gone wrong. Let's see if we can see what happens. You see,
that's Hailie right behind.
Right
Deegan
behind
in the 4.
Them. Gets right up against the rear bumper. Now they're not together, and then he kind of moved to the inside, and so she made contact with the right rear corner of that car. These bumpers don't line up exactly, and I think that contact turned him dead right into the outside wall.
Chuck Hires, his 4th Daytona race. He's not happy with the number 4 car of Hailie Deegan. A hard hit, but he is okay. The wind got knocked out of him, so he's still catching his breath, as the team is saying. Heading on over to the number 4 car, there's no damage to their knowledge and no comment on what Chuck had to say about the 4.
Look at Mayer on the inside, though. What a great start he got.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are in ARCA to restart. That looked a little suspicious.
A little early, perhaps?
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
21's going to get a drive-through penalty, a tough break.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, got Hailie Deegan into the wall. She was right in front of Drew Dollar. And just as quickly as it happened for DGR Crosley teammate Thad Moffitt, the same holds true for Hailie Deegan. The top 10 streak is busted. A very costly learning experience here.
And she's seen the replay a few times now. Good day running the top 5 most of the day. A lot of frustration, though. What did you see in that replay?
Man, it's just everyone's close racing, and some people just don't know how to race on bigger tracks sometimes. Unexperienced, there's a lot of unexperienced drivers out there, and we're all learning, and let's see. I wasn't moving up, I was right there, and then I just got hooked, so it happens, I guess. It's racing when you have like a lot of drivers with inexperience out on the track. It happens, rookie mistakes, and so it goes around, comes around, but at the end of the day, we had a fast car, Waste Clip DGR, everyone gave me a fast car this weekend. We were fast in practice. We had a good run going there. There's a lot of mistakes being made by other drivers that we were capitalizing on. We could have had a good points day, but it sucks for it to end like that, but it happens, racing, I guess.
Tate Fogelman. Number 12 around, some damage to the right front. Look at that. Trying to fire the engine, some backfire there. He might decide that was all the fun he needed.
That'd be a clue, wouldn't it? See Fogelman starting to undo the belts now, and the window net down, always a good sign, signaling that he's okay. Hailie Deegan got some damage to that. I mean, normally on the short track, when you see one in the wall, you got a feeling that he wasn't doing it by himself.
Yeah, but usually the one with the right rear damage would be the one into the wall, and that wasn't the case here.
Yep.
Does the 12 dive in and run into the one? You see the one on the right side of the screen. Oh, she rolled up the hill, and Tate went higher into the hill. Knocked his steering out when he got into the back of her.
You can't use your hands in soccer, but you can use your hands to generate hand signals here in racing, and you can use your head in soccer, and I think that's what Tate Fogelman we'll see here was trying to tell Hailie Deegan, but I don't know. It's hard from that replay. We couldn't really tell what happened. But
that happened way back on the back straightaway somewhere. They just couldn't get separated. There you see Hailie. Let's see what she had to say.
Here, the 12 was on the outside here with that 9 top.
Yeah, I'm fine. I was on inside, right?
Take a deep breath. We'll get you fixed up here. We'll work on it.
Sounds like the spotter said that she crowded up on the 12 truck, but she was racing another truck, and you can see there this damage, and that put Tate Fogelman into that wall, and that's the result to his.
Oh, Tracy with a chance to get a shot at Francis Jr., and he took it.
He sure did. Looks like Hailie Deegan was kind of the innocent bystander in that one. Luckily, everybody's still going. PT ahead now of Francis Jr.
Yes, but he's got the yellow car of Francis Jr. behind him. I expect there to be another yellow flag shortly.
Ernie with wheels lit up coming off at turn 4, trying to stay. Oh no, trying to stay with him there.
So Hailie Deegan with the damaged front end of her car pursuing Paul Tracy, something worth keeping an eye on back in the pack. This would be for 7th and 8th positions. Tony
Welcome to PT's world. Oh, there it is. Right on cue, right on cue. PT shuts the door on Hailie Deegan, gets her sideways. She manages to keep it again. That banking just saving these cars when they get it into that slide there.
Deegan with a bump on Paul Tracy back in line. That's for 4th place, but at the white flag. And there's a spin. We're not done yet. And they're going to stack a few of them up in turn 4.
2 to go. Paul Tracy again dropped like he was last week in Indianapolis. Michael Waltrip involved. Willie T. Ribbs involved. Elio Castroneves involved. Oh man, that's devastating. You hate to see that so close to the end. A couple of damaged race cars.
Well, mentioned the great Dick Trickle.
Yes.
Wisconsin short track legend. Once had an angry driver come up to confront him, and he looked at him and said, wait, This accident's at least 50% your fault because you're the one that chose to go out there with them other idiots.
Yeah, Paul is kind of lost on the infield now, the figure 8 section of the racetrack in the middle. Trying to get back up to pit lane or trying to find someone to... No, he's going to pull that one behind the wall.
Yeah, that car's done.
That car, yeah, that's probably the right move there. So clock reset to 2 to go.
Hailie Deegan has been instructed to drop to the rear of the field for her part in this.
So you can see she had a pretty good run, but then Paul had a very big, you see his hands come off the wheel as soon as he was hit, kind of just threw his hands up in frustration. Can't believe this is happening again. He went very deep into 3. Hailie got a little bit understeer there, kind of pushed up into Paul.
What happened there in the end?
I mean, Hailie just flat dumped me. Again, he's young. Ernie dumps me, she dumps me, and then people complain that I'm rough, and I'm getting spun out every flipping week. It's like ridiculous. We had a great car, ran through the field, and 2 laps to go, we get turned for no reason.
Hailie obviously had the incident with Paul Tracy and Ken Schrader. Can you just detail what happened there near the end?
Yeah, I think Paul cleared himself like usual on the straightaway, and I think he just collected a bunch of people. He did it to me, he did it, but I think at that point he just collected everybody. It's kind of, I was waiting for it to happen, I saw it coming, but it just literally piled everyone back. I locked it up, I literally just checked them as quick as I could, and then I think Marco got hit back at me, but it wasn't his fault, it was literally us locking it up, locked down, trying to not hit the person in front of us. So I think that's what happened. I think that's what someone told me, is he cleared himself with someone. So.
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't want to take you out at all, but I was at your door and I didn't.
I'm just so frustrated when people just dumping me.
I know, I understand.
Every race.
I understand, and I watched the video of it and I was at your door coming off of the corner. I was there on the straightaway.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to dump you, but I just held my line on the bottom. I didn't drive you up the track, I just stayed right there. I didn't want to take you out. I knew that was going to end up like that, but I didn't try to take you out.
Well, I mean, it's just not cool. I mean, I got dumped by Ernie huge in the first race.
Yeah, and that's Ernie. He's driven me like that, and I got pissed because he hit me, so I hit him back, and that was the end of it. But I was at your door, and that's the only way to pass, and I got a good runoff too, and I just stayed at your door, and I didn't drive you up because I didn't want to take you out. I was hoping you'd just come down and hit my nose and bounce off a little bit.
When I'm at somebody's door, I'll just turn them.
I know.
Well, when you're at someone's door, they're going to run the second lane.
It's all right.
Yeah. I know, I didn't want to take you out.
What about Willie B in the 7? He's following Johnny Sauter. They've got Hailie Deegan stuck up on top. A little bit of contact there from Johnny.
Well, Byron sees the door open up and takes a peek, but not going to be able to make the move as Sauter shuts it.
What about Johnny Sauter? He watched William Byron come in as a teenager and go off and win cup races, and Johnny says, I'm a short tracker, buddy. You're going to have your hands full dealing with me. And Johnny gets the move down low.
William won 7 races his only season here in the Truck Series. Moved on to the Xfinity Series and won that championship.
Well, what a great year that was for William Byron, wasn't it? His rookie year in the trucks.
Right up to Phoenix when the truck had an issue under the hood and didn't get that championship. But we were able to identify, and that's what I love about the Truck Series, Phil. We get to see,
Sauter using up Hailie Deegan.
Check out inside.
That didn't look very normal.
Deegan's got a tire rub now on that left front and some damage on the right side as well where she got into the wall. Phil, we talked about it at the top of the show. It's going to be full contact racing tonight, and by the time it's all said and done, somebody's going to have their feelings hurt. Hailie Deegan had some of that contact early in the race with Johnny Sauter. It's been somewhat amazing that Deegan's been able to continue to stay out there and remain on the lead lap. They did a good job repairing that truck on both the left side and the right side, but now Kyle's wearing her out a bit for position.
Kyle gave her a little bit of nudge about a lap ago. Let her know that he was there and he wanted through.
And here comes their buddy, Johnny Sauter, who roughed her up earlier in the race. See if they can work this out.
Johnny's going to give her a lot of room this time.
He's got a competitive truck as well. You see Stuart Friesen. Another one of the trucks is on a different strategy.
Inside, that's the 45 that just drove all in you. Clear high, one inside. Clear high, one inside. That's Tim India there. Inside the 45. Door, that's Tim India for some reason. Door, bumper. These India's running away up. Inside, one more. You on the 45, just doesn't care and wrecks into her every single time. So on that rhythm, go get that 45. I'm tired of that guy. Come in here, turn inside, 15's looking. Clear low, one outside. One more, 3 back, all good. Hook the bottom for me. Checker flag this time. All right, P19, at least they got us to top 20. We'll build on that, go to Bristol next week. Good job, everybody. Thanks for the hard work.
I think you guys did a really good job. Everyone here just drives like ass clowns.
Which part? As you see Lawless Allen and Hailie Deegan.
They both
some words.
Finished inside the top 20, Vince. 19th and 20th for Deegan and Allen, and they have a difference of opinion.
There's a lot of that on a short track, though, right?
Oh, yeah. And obviously, we saw and documented the fact that Johnny Sauter and Hailie got together early on and put Hailie in the outside wall.
Yeah, and I want to, in Johnny Sauter's defense on him calling for an adjustment that he told Junior not to let him call for, he warned Junior.
Okay, inside, gonna wreck you, keep coming. Hook him, keep coming.
Are you f***ing kidding me?
On inside, yeah, I don't understand why they do that.
Don't guys, dude.
P17, go home, get ready for Charlotte. That's not you. That's a really good drive, good job. Really good job.
What happened?
62 old drove through everybody. Who was it, Bodine?
Bodine.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Good job tonight. Give me a hug. It's okay to be pissed off. Good job.
My goal for this stretch of races, since we have so many back-to-back, is to bring home clean trucks and good finishes. Last restart, green white checkered, literally the whatever number he is, 62, just blows through turn 1, fences me, kills my truck, like kills my truck. He goes on to get 12th place finish. We finished 17th, hobbled back, couple flats, destroyed truck. And I hate it for my guys. Like, you remember being one of those old guys racing that preaches, oh, these kids, or whatever. Go to the shop and unload the truck and go, oh, guys, fix it then if you're such a good old guy. You're all about that old time racing. We were going to run 12th minimum, like, which was a good race for us. We've had a really hard year. Finished decent at least. Just have something to build off of. Having a truck to build off of. Instead of fixing trucks, we would be making them better. And then some old guy that comes out of retirement decides to fence us because he can't stand being beat by a young kid or girl or whatever.
67 laps to go, and right as we return from break, our 8th caution of the day.
That's our biggest wreck of the day.
Dean Thompson in the 5.
I watched him and Hailie battling for a position just inside the top 20, and that's how that battle might have ended.
Yeah, he had slid back to 24th. That's where he was scored when he hit the wall. The 02 is Chris Wright, and there is the 13 of Hailie Deegan.
She's had quite a bit of damage on that right side today. A couple of trucks bouncing in to and off of her.
Timmy Hill, she got into when Timmy spun earlier. Chris Wright came along late and made contact. Here we go into turn number 1.
She just didn't look like she didn't try to make the turn so much. Looked like there was room for him to go low. Maybe her brakes.
And I think there's Chris Wright making contact. I think Dean was expecting her to turn down in the corner, take a normal arc into the corner, and
didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
So Dean, what happened with you and Hailie Deegan there? And earlier you said that you try to be the cleanest driver, and that you feel like maybe you got a race like this.
Yeah. That's what the truck series is. It's all take and no give. Dirtiest drivers I've ever raced with. Yeah, I gotta thank Classified Group, Tricon Garage, Shirt Partners, Toyota Racing.
You're really mad? You look mad.
I gotta thank Classified Group, Tricon Garage, Toyota Racing, and Shirt Partners.
How do you walk away from this track then? What do you think?
I gotta thank Thompson Pipe Group, Tricon Garage, Toyota Racing, Oh yeah, shift partners and whatever it is. Garage.
As the leader crosses the line, we've reached our Craftsman. 20 laps to go.
Oh, trouble.
On the front stretch. We're just talking about that beautiful paint scheme, but trouble coming off at turn 4.
It's going to be a huge break for Corey Heim, but remember, everybody else has a set of tires as well. If Corey Heim comes down pit road, I think everybody comes down pit road.
Wallace had made his way into the 21st position, but this will end it tonight.
And that's with only 10 laps on their tires. I think they all have to come down pit road.
You bought the tires. You can't give them back and get a refund. You may as well use them.
You don't want to take them home with you for sure.
That's that hard racing down on the bottom of the racetrack. How difficult that is to do.
Battling with Hailie Deegan right there, side by side.
Is it going to make contact with the inside safer barrier?
Brett Holmes at 32 will be the free pass.
It's a 45 of Lawless Allen. He had a bit of a moment over at 1 and 2.
Speaking of which, 13, Hailie Deegan. Jack Wood around the outside in the 51. He has contact. Caution is out. First time denied in lap 5.
Man, looked like Hailie just got a little bit loose under Lawless Allen. Jack Wood with absolutely nowhere to go. Hopefully not too much damage to the front of that 51 truck.
I think it's pretty bad, Phil. There you see Lawless.
See, Jack's made his way to pit road, coming straight down pit road.
He did all he could do. Sometimes wrecks are unavoidable. He got on the brakes and he was able to squeeze past Hailie, and then just another truck jumped right up in his lap.
Quite a bit of damage to the back of that Ford truck of Hailie Deegan's.
And we've got another caution.
Result of the first contact, I'm sure, on that 45 of Lawless Allen, blew the right front tire and smashed the wall.
Yeah, that'll be it for Lawless for sure.
Very tough start to the race. What happened with contact between you and Hailie Deegan?
I mean, I don't think there's much to say. She's talentless and just sailed it up in there and wrecked me. Like, it's lap, what, 3? And you're already sailing it in there? Like, I just don't understand what the move was about. It's not the first time she's wrecked me. She does it to fucking everybody, so it's what it is.